Theresa Caputo, the well-known star of Long Island Medium, has captivated audiences for years with her claimed ability to communicate with spirits. Her larger-than-life personality, emotional readings, and unique gift have made her a household name. However, as fans follow her life and family, one question often arises. Does her daughter, Victoria Caputo, share the same psychic abilities? Victoria grew up in a home where spirit communication was a regular part of life. Her mother's gift shaped not only Theresa's career, but also the dynamics of their family. But has Victoria inherited this psychic ability, or has she taken a different path? Let's explore Victoria's life, her perspective on her mother's abilities, and whether there is any indication that she has similar gifts. Victoria Caputo was born on September 27, 1994, and grew up on Long Island, New York. With her brother, Larry Jr., she was frequently featured on Long Island Medium, where fans got a glimpse into her life as the daughter of a famous medium. Victoria's presence on the show made her a familiar face, and many viewers watched her grow from a teenager into an adult. Unlike her mother, who has dedicated her life to mediumship, Victoria has pursued different interests. She studied cosmetology and has built a career in the beauty industry as a hairstylist. In addition to her work in beauty, she has also embraced social media, where she shares her life, fitness journey, and personal experiences with her followers. Having a psychic mother is not an everyday experience, and Victoria's upbringing was anything but typical. Theresa Caputo has often spoken about how she struggled with her abilities as a child, learning to embrace them over time. For Victoria, growing up in a household where spirits were a frequent topic of conversation must have been a unique experience. In various episodes of Long Island Medium, Victoria has been candid about her thoughts on her mother's gift. While she has always been supportive of Theresa's work, she has also expressed skepticism or discomfort at times. For example, there were moments on the show where she appeared uneasy when Theresa would bring up spirits unexpectedly. This suggests that while Victoria respects her mother's abilities, she does not necessarily feel the same connection to the spiritual world. One of the most common questions about psychic abilities is whether they can be inherited. Many psychics believe that mediumship can run in families, much like artistic or musical talent. Some well-known mediums claim to have inherited their abilities from parents or grandparents. However, psychic ability is not something that can be scientifically proven or passed down in a way that genetics can explain. While some families have multiple members who claim to have mediumistic abilities, others have only one person who exhibits these traits. In the case of the Caputo family, Theresa has never explicitly stated that her daughter has psychic abilities. There is no public evidence that Victoria Caputo has psychic abilities like her mother. Unlike Theresa, who describes her experiences of sensing spirits from a young age, Victoria has never claimed to have had similar encounters. Throughout Long Island Medium, Victoria has occasionally participated in her mother's readings and events, but she has never conducted a reading herself or indicated that she feels any spiritual presence. While she has grown up surrounded by mediumship, she appears to view it as something unique to her mother rather than a gift she shares. In interviews and on social media, Victoria has never hinted at having psychic abilities or an interest in developing them. Instead, her focus has been on her personal life, career, and growing her own brand outside of her mother's profession. Rather than following in her mother's footsteps, Victoria has carved out her own identity. She has pursued a career in hairstyling and beauty, an industry that is far removed from psychic readings and mediumship. She has also embraced a more public social media presence, where she shares aspects of her life, including her fitness journey, her relationship with her husband, and her experiences as a mother. In 2021, Victoria married Michael Mastrandrea, and in 2022, they welcomed their first child. Becoming a mother has been a major focus in Victoria's life, and her social media posts reflect the joy and challenges of parenting. Despite being the daughter of one of the most famous mediums in the world, Victoria does not seem to have any desire to enter the world of psychic readings. She has built a successful career in her own right and appears to be content living a life that is separate from her mother's spiritual work. Theresa Caputo has never publicly stated that Victoria has psychic abilities. In her books and interviews, Theresa has discussed her own experiences with spirit communication, but has not mentioned her daughter having similar experiences. While some fans have speculated that Victoria might have some level of sensitivity to the spiritual world, there has been no confirmation from either Victoria or Theresa. If Victoria did have any psychic abilities, she has not chosen to share them publicly. Because Victoria was featured on Long Island Medium for so many years, fans have often wondered if she has inherited any of her mother's gifts. Some viewers have pointed out moments on the show where Victoria seemed to react strongly to certain readings or appeared emotional when spirits were mentioned. However, these reactions are not necessarily evidence of psychic ability. Many people feel emotional during readings, especially when they involve deceased loved ones. Victoria's responses likely stem from a personal connection rather than an ability to communicate with spirits. On social media, some fans have asked Victoria directly if she has psychic abilities, but she has never claimed to have them. Most of her online presence focuses on her personal life and career, rather than anything related to the spiritual world. Based on all available information, there is no indication that Victoria Caputo has psychic abilities like her mother, Theresa Caputo. While she grew up in a home where spirit communication was a normal part of life, she has not shown any signs of mediumship herself. Victoria has chosen a different path, building a career in the beauty industry and focusing on her family. She supports her mother's work, but does not seem interested in developing psychic abilities of her own. While psychic gifts are sometimes believed to run in families, they are not guaranteed to be inherited. In Victoria's case, she appears to respect her mother's work, but does not share the same connection to the spirit world. Unless Victoria one day reveals otherwise, it seems clear that she has chosen to live her life outside the realm of mediumship. Instead, she has built a successful career and embraced her role as a wife and mother, proving that while she may be the daughter of the Long Island medium, she is carving out her own unique identity.